Welcome back, guys, to Triangle Strategy, where last episode we stepped back into the hall of Wolffort Castle to vote, convincing everyone to reject Silvio Telliore's offer, expecting duplicity to be his motive, which as soon as the scorned lord returned to his domain, he set in motion. After them witnessing Corentin drinking with Eridor, House Wolffort also now finds itself under threat, with Aesfrost's forces heading their way, as we continue our story.
The Telliore army has entered our domain?
Yes. The vanguard is nearing Castle Wolffort as we speak. It will not be long until the rest arrive.
I knew his intentions were not as pure as he made them seem. But to think he would attack so soon after proposing an alliance.
According to our spies, Lord Silvio has been in contact with Aesfrost.
There's a reason he is known as an opportunist. This was all a plan to destroy us.
So he wished to secure Prince Roland to use as leverage with Aesfrost.
I was also told that House Telliore has hired a man named Rufus as a bodyguard.
What do you know about this man?
He's a bounty hunter known as Hero's Bane, whose only loyalty is to coin. That said, he's claimed the lives of countless famed warriors. It would be wise not to underestimate him.
To think Lord Silvio would hire such a man.
It means he's serious. We must plan accordingly.
Understood. Gather the others. We have much to discuss.
And so, more discussions take place. As is always the case. Unless there's anything going on at the encampment for now. Because we need to learn more to make good moves, don't we? It's just that. Of course, we moved into a second chapter here, so maybe some more stuff appeared in the shop. Like information. No. I would love some Medal of Bravery. But I have some of them, pretty please. Oh yeah, we could probably speak to you about new stuff. Hail Olizandri, how fare you? Busy as always, I expect. Are you getting enough to eat? Need a full belly to get through times like these. I do. Osabala Freya, the barkeep at Wolffort's encampment. She strives to create a cheerful place for people to forget their worldly woes and is loved by her many patrons. I wonder why. She's fantastically styled and muscled to boot. Can't find an empty stomach, can you? I'll whip you up something tasty to tuck into. Don't hesitate to ask for seconds or thirds. What'll it be today? Nothing, by the look at it. They've already done all our battles after all, so no new battles at this juncture. Mr. Portly Merchant, who I'm sure we'll learn the name of in time, considering how everything else has gone. We got 2 of a lot of things. Nothing has come available in all these things that I've sold and bought, though I feel like I should buy amulets and stuff. I should definitely buy like some stuff to boost my attack. Mainly my defenses, actually. Do you know, I'm going to buy one of these. Shall I equip that on? I guess you want it on someone who's going to be very much more front lines, don't you? There, I bought one whole thing extra. Now he's got all the physical defense I'll have, you know? Maybe I'll get something for purchasing a lot of things, like what I've seemingly got for doing a lot of mob battles. People like a woman who can break their spine. I mean, it does have a certain amount of attractiveness to it, I will admit. Serenoa summons the War Council. Exploration time.
So Silvio has betrayed us. I suppose he has come here for me.
You are correct. He most likely wishes to use you to curry favor with Aesfrost.
That bastard! To think he would throw his own countrymen underfoot.
We haven't time to get emotional, Eridor. They are on their way here.
I beg to differ. There's no better time. I'm trembling with rage.
As am I. We'll teach those traitorous bastards a lesson.
Yet more bloodshed for my sake.
Prince Roland, we have no choice but to act.
And the enemy is our former compatriots. They may well know about the traps below. We may have to face them head-on at the gates.
We need all the help we can get. Please fight with us.
This is no time to waver. We must stand together if we wish to survive.
Yes. Together we can overcome this. To arms!
So it has come to this. We must be prepared now the House Telliore marches against us. I would not say that Lyn from Fire Emblem is a woman who can break your spine. Lyn is very much a fast skill type, not a pick you up and backbreaker you type, is what I'd say personally. There's something over there. I see you shining in the grass. I think you can get away from me. Town lies past the gates. We'll let a single one of those traitorous bastards through. Wait, so we're not going through the town this time? Wait, isn't this really good? Oh, well, this just looks like... Added letter from kin to notes. Wait. Well, so wait. General of Laura and the Aesfrostians managed to evade from a path that wasn't the front gate? Wait, no, I see. This is the front gate that they managed to get... I think it's more likely that they managed to get through the front gate into the town than the castle's past that. Yeah. Sorry, I was just kind of thinking, like, wait. They've decided to attack from the heavily fortified position? No, of course. This is just the bit before. They obviously have less things going on. Letter from kin. My Wolffort cousin. Some time has passed since last I was able to write. How fare you? We are as hale as ever, and indeed happier, for our eldest daughter is to be wed. The little girl you always doted on has grown into a fine woman. The ceremony will be held on XX day of XX month at our home in Telliore. I know the trek is long, but we cannot imagine celebrating without you there, and our daughter so wishes to see you again. If that is not enough to tempt you, perhaps you might begin packing when you hear we've procured several barrels of the finest wine for the occasion. Distant though we may be, we are still family. You're my brother, if not in blood, then in my heart. With love to everyone in Wolffort, your Telliore cousin. So what does that relate to then? Ollie's trying to make sense of things. It doesn't work most of the time. My mind is blown by this game anyway while I'm playing it. Because now, of course, I've also heard mention of... someone said it in the chat. A golden route. Which is like, oh? So there's like a best way to play now. And I've got to somehow obtain it. Am I great? Iron times 3. 500. Our kingdom has been brought to civil war. And for what? I mean, literally, so we can keep you alive in a sense, because we got invaded. But we still don't... Why can't we go to the mines and find out what's in the mines? Of course, we don't know that there's anything in the mines. Telliore was a high house, just like Wolffort, but now we have to turn our blades against them. I cannot forgive Lord Silvio for turning us against our own countrymen. As a fellow servant to the crown, I must show him the error of his ways. Town took the brunt of the damage in the last battle. It would stand to reason that we now make our stand here at the castle walls. Town is still in one piece, but I can't say the same with the people's hearts. Lord Silvio's betrayal of their trust is unforgivable. Wait a second. I'm confused. This is the castle walls, so this is past the town. Okay, so we're just giving up the town and we're defending from here. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we defended the town last time because the intention was to use the traps to abolish it in a numerically massively superior force. But this time around, we don't have to do that. Plus, we don't want the town to take the damage, even though the town actually hasn't taken damage. But still, this is probably just a better... Look, they've got to climb up this stuff. Maybe they've got a guy who makes ladders. I was prepared to lose my home in the battle, but it still stands thanks to you. I count my blessing to have a kind ruler like you, Lord Serenoa. See? I'm kind. I know it's safer for us to stay in the castle, but sometimes it gets hard to breathe in there with all the other townsfolk. Is there really that many people? I'll get those shinies in a second. I'm not trying to avoid these, honest. I wonder what the Holy State thinks of our situation. Went to their aid during the Saltiron War and stopped the fighting before it could claim more lives. I almost wish they would extend a helping hand to us now, and yet... We may need all the help we can get, but asking Hyzante for aid might result in a war not unlike that of 30 years ago. I mean, it would definitely result. But I think in the position we're in, we would ask for that. Because we are literally the besieged upon person. Why wouldn't we try to ask for help? The allies have been shattered and House Telliore has turned against us. It seems almost foolish to rely on the goodwill of others now. That's a very pessimistic view. That said, we just basically go, no, we're not even going to try to give House Telliore a chance. We know they're going to betray us and look what happened. We share a common enemy of Hyzante. To that end, I surmise the Holy State is waiting to see if we would make a formidable ally. I mean, yes and no. We share a common enemy, yes. To that end, I surmise the Holy State is waiting to see if we would make a formidable ally. Yes and no, because of the fact that I think they're just waiting before they act anyway, because why act yet? They have the luxury of waiting to act until the moment where they actually have to commit. I guess if we succeed, we would make ourselves like a prized asset, considering we also hold territory. We'd be able to ship them in if they were to join a war. They wouldn't have to face on just their own fronts. They'd be able to move in quite easily and either directly attack Aesfrost through us or retake Glenbrook to that's 2 nations against 1. I mean, that's like the truth of it. This is the truth of it. Those Hyzantians owe us their lives, and yet they're sizing us up while we struggle to survive. It's kind of how the way the world works. Nations operate on more than just emotions and unpaid debts, I'm afraid. Yep. I suppose so. Maybe that means Hyzante will come to our aid if we prove ourselves formidable. Also, no, this is our chance to show the realm what happens when they make an enemy of our house. Precisely. I would have no other than Wolffort soldiers by my side while we do. Because it harkens to situations that we know of, after all. Arranged ice stone. I heard Lord Silvio's hired a bodyguard who calls himself Hero's Bane. I admit I'm a little envious of his name. You want to be the Bane of Heroes, do you? 1,100 in cash. Anything else shining that I've missed? There wasn't so many like weird little particle effects flying around. It would make it a lot easier to find the goodies. Don't you think? That was me talking to him, wasn't it? As if it went bad enough, they're throwing in the lot with the cutthroats to slay our king. Now they're after his son. That spineless cow will regret ever marching against us. Neither him nor that mercenary will get any mercy from me. Oh, I fell off. I didn't mean to. Everything is progressing apace, my lord. Barrows will be ready by the time the enemy arrives. But the townspeople will grow weary. We must stop Lord Silvio at the gates no matter the cost. Like, we are super choke pointing this place. If we're starting at the top, how do they even advance without dying? It's a question, isn't it? Especially if we get Eridor to level 13, he gets his counter. Yeah, this is a much more defensible position than the town. I thought we could rest for a bit once we chased off those frosty dogs, but I was wrong. Thou were. I'm imagining a sparkle being there. I've already taken it. I'm just imagining it now. Townspeople have been evacuated to the castle. We cannot let House Telliore make it past the walls. Aesfrost captured the capital and dealt a heavy blow to our forces. I can only surmise House Telliore now cowers in fear of the duchy's strength. Their fear is understandable. Yeah. Even so, I imagine they will retreat if they find themselves fighting a losing battle. Telliore domain is closer to Aesfrost, no. It stands to reason that their fear would be greater as well. I mean, yeah. But also no. But yeah. I mean, our fear is founded. We're the ones who keep being attacked. They didn't. House Telliore's hands are yet clean, unlike our own. It makes me wonder if Lord Silvio is the greater ruler between us. Okay, I'm definitely not choosing option 3 because Benedict doesn't want to hear any of that crap. I'm not spoiling a leader that's like that down himself. I do believe that he's got much acumen for leadership, as per my talk with that guy at the bottom of town. But it's just also not really the way I lead. I think that's just emotion. That's rubbish. I think this is practical. I think that's what Benedict would want to hear. Not that we're actually doing a vote at the moment, but still. The fear is understandable, even so I imagine they will retreat if they find themselves fighting a losing battle. You'd hope that their forces would, right? There's no reason to commit yourself to dying. There are people that work for House Telliore, Silvio, but you gotta imagine, like, their loyalty isn't as strong as, say, like, House Wolffort's loyalty. I concur. Lord Silvio was a desperate man, but one who values his own life above all else. He would no doubt retreat with the tides of battle no longer in his favor, assuming he were on the field, that is. Yeah, he's not going to be on the field. If he isn't, the battle would hinge on his hired sword, Rufus. And there is no telling what that man is capable of, making him far more of a nuisance than Lord Silvio himself. Probably the truth of it, innit? So is that everything? Ah! I was like, that is behind the thing. We can't see from there. Oh yeah, we have camera angles. Yeah, we've got to remember, we actually can change the camera angles to see if there's anything hiding behind anywhere. I don't see any shinies, however. I guess manually checking that direction was not a bad idea. Just talking to you. I've talked to you already. I think we've talked to everyone now. So I think that's exploration phase complete. Now we wait for them to make their move. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to, like, go, that's what Benedict wants to hear. I just feel like I've probably not done too well with his faith at the moment. I always vote against him. Like, all the time. I vote for Frederica every time. I don't even know if that actually matters. We've actually gained 2 more character stories. Now, we were on 4, right? We're now on 6. There's also Folk Street has something going on too. Recommended level is 12, which we actually reached because of all the experience we managed to reap from our previous fight at Wolffort. We got 2 recruitments. A shamaness and the merchant. Okay, yeah, I mean, she is your wife to be. Yeah, she's pretty good. So, okay, we've got 2 more characters. Let's invite them to the fold.
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he is willing to part with them for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
How rude. Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However, it is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
Yes, let him come forth.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolffort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes, right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury, a burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even. Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house. And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
Lionel has joined our forces. Okay, welcome. I was a bit surprised you pledged your allegiance to us for like all time, kinda, but still, I'd have thought you'd want to go where the coin was, but whatever. Trifles with foes using as eloquent eloquence is what I was going to say then. So my eloquence is not elite, like Lionel's is. Can infuriate foes or tempt them into defecting, collects an extra bit of coin along with spoils. How am I getting so many characters, like, all the time now, before I can even get to a blooming chapter? Oh, so he actually, when he gets spoils, he gets more money. It's your money character, is he? The thing is, I'm getting too many characters. Simply put, I'm getting far too many characters, far too fast, to actually figure out where I want to put them, what I want to do with them. I'm getting too many too fast, and it's not actually a good thing. A shamaness happens upon a village and uses the power of the weather to bring succor to those suffering from drought. She has power over weather. How am I supposed to fit these guys in? I haven't got this many slots in a battle.
The sun's a harsh mistress, ain't she? If she sticks around much longer, my fields are apt to wither from the attention. I'd give my firstborn for a drop of rain.
Aye. And it ain't just the crops what are worse for wear. I'd cry over our lot, but naught but dust would pour from my eyes.
How pitiless, the caprices of nature. What grudge do the heavens bear to make the poor souls who tend the land suffer so? I would be remiss to let such suffering continue. If fate will show you no mercy, then I shall. You begged for even a single drop of rain. I shall give you more. Behold as I flood this desiccated land with nourishment.
Huh? What's that the lady said? I believe she means to pull rain from a cloudless sky.
Ha! I'd have more luck getting milk from a bull.
You must tell me if you do. We're in sore need of a miracle.
A pleasure as always to see you, my lord. You've come just in time. This lass is about to put on a show.
I am called Ezana. Allow me to banish the sun's cruel rays from your domain, that your people may see a measure of succor.
Banish the sun? I wasn't aware it was in the habit of taking orders.
Will slap my ass like I was just born. Rain! Honest to goodness, rain!
How did... I've never witnessed a miracle like this.
Ezana, was it? On behalf of my people, allow me to express to you my deepest gratitude.
There is no need for such formalities. I seek only to alleviate the suffering of the downtrodden in any way I can. If it is not too bold of me to ask, do you have need of a humble shaman within your ranks? Tales of House Wolffort's magnanimity have reached even my remote village. It would be an honor to serve you, my lord.
We would welcome you with open arms, and the honor would be entirely ours. Doubtless, we will have occasion to call upon your talents sooner rather than later.
Ezana has joined our forces. We're going to have to check these two out before we continue on, really, at this point. 2 new characters. A shamaness with the weather at her whim, excels at wind and lightning magic, summons rainstorms and tempests to turn the tide of battle, with a cool, animation for it, too, to be honest. That says I don't really want to summon rainstorms or tempests, because then that actually messes with Frederica's damage, doesn't it? Because she's got that clear skies thing. I do get that, okay, I'm getting the characters not based on battles, I'm getting it based on answers I'm making, convictions gaining, yada yada, right? Whereas, of course, to speak of other games in the genre, or speak of Fire Emblem, it's usually 1 or so per battle or something, a specific battle for recruitment. In modern and old games, it was talking on the field, etc. So you had them more spaced out. Obviously, that's just not how the system for this works. We're not recruiting via battle by any means. Actually, we've done 1, technically. I guess Corentin would be the old school. But I must just be hitting, a lot of things at once. Because it feels weird to me. Because since my last battle, we have recruited 3 more people. That's quite a lot of guys. It's quite a lot of guys to recruit. So they both came in at level 11? Or, yeah, they both came in at level 11. So they're on par with everyone else at this juncture. So you have Rite of Lightning, deal lightning type magic damage to a single enemy, have a chance to paralyze him for 2 turns, effect spreads on water. We've got Rite of Wind as well. So it's essentially the same thing as Nav. Pretty much. A Curse of Strike decreases an enemy's luck for 3 turns if you deal damage to them. Sounds kind of cool. Then you can get Rain and Tempest, but we're a fair bit from that at this point in time. In fact, by the look of... I'm wondering if the ordering of this as well is the ordering you're supposed to generally get characters? I don't even know. Because it's what's the ordering here? What's the specific ordering? It's not by experience, not by level. It might be by level, bit. My level 12 characters are over here. Maybe it's by experience. Be interesting to figure out what the ordering's about. Why is pick a letter at the back? Okay, so Lionel, the wordsmith, has quite a lot of HP, quite a lot of physical defense as well, and magical defense. So he can take a bashing up front. Speed's not terrible, I think, personally. 24 ain't bad, is it? Actually, 24 is bad. 24 is the low end for speed. Well, that's weird. I didn't think that was a thing. So you have Charm, lowers an enemy's physical defense and magic defense for 3 turns. You can Ruffle Feathers, chance to infuriate a single enemy for 2 turns. Sorry, I have to check that out. So he can taunt singular enemies. And he also obtains money when picking up spoils as a passive. So he's brunty, tank-ish kind of character by the look thing. He has a whip as well. Because of course he does, why not? Well, that's 2 new characters picked up in no time at all. Right, well, before we continue on the main story, of course, I'll leave some character stories for the future because we keep getting more stuff going on. Let's go to Folk's Streets. Word of Silvio's betrayal reaches Landroy's ears. Help me!
My lord, House Telliore's betrayal has been confirmed. It appears Lord Silvio plans to launch a surprise attack on House Wolffort.
This is absolute madness. To think I would see the day 3 high houses fight each other. The glorious Glenbrook of the past is no longer. The dark days of war are upon us once more.
My lord, the Aesfrosti army has entered our domain. They demand our surrender.
Ready your bows. It is time they witness the true valor of the High Houses.
I take it then that this chapter is truly to remove all possible allies within Glenbrook in one foul sweep. Because it really looks like it right now, doesn't it? Think you can get allies within your own kingdom? Oh, by the way, this is spread. I didn't notice when did this happen. They've actually taken out all the terrain back here. I think it was like a circle before, but they've actually taken here. I've taken the entire back reaches. Not good. I didn't notice. Now I have. Alright then. To battle at last. At the castle gate, Sereno and his retinue rebuff Silvio's demands to hand over Roland. I feel like I'm going to want lots of ranged characters and spell damage dealers on this one.